track reviews.
Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well, and it's time for a track review. Before we get too deep into this one, let me give a shout out to our sponsor, good people over at The Ridge. They still make these sleek, sexy, awesome, amazing, minimalist metal wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up the link down below, use promo code MELON to get 10% off your order. That's it. All right, big drop over here. Big release, big announcement. Top Dog Entertainment's own Isaiah Rashad. New single, presumably new record on the way. We've been waiting since like 2016 for a brand new LP. And while I have not been super crazy about a lot of Rashad's work up until this point, I do think he had a great amount of potential coming out of the gate. And I know there are people that enjoy Sylvia Demo, for example, more than me, Sun's Tirade more than me. I get it. I understand. But I think he is capable of greater stuff, especially since he is connected to one of the best and most artful labels out there in hip-hop in general. But TDE has been having a bit of a slowdown in terms of releases and the splash those releases are making as of late. I think that was partially contributed to by the pandemic, but they have made the efforts to, I guess, make some announcements on social media that something big is coming down the road. Hey, just hold up. We're going to be trying to make noise for the rest of this year, and I am just hoping that that is the case, and Isaiah Rashad is just the start of that. I'm also hoping, many people are hoping, that SZA is going to drop this year too, and Kendrick, please, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyway, like I said, we have a brand new one from Rashad Laywitya with Duke Deuce. Let's give it a try and see exactly what's going on here. Ba-bam. That was okay. Right off the bat, the song hit with a very woozy, dark 3-6 Mafia style sound. Very Southern hip hop, very Memphis, very foreboding, very ominous, some super slow and moody keys in the mix there as well on the instrumental, but not too much to note on the beat end of things. Not that the beat is bad, but it's very skeletal, very basic, very to the point, which I think when it comes to stuff in this style is fine, is great. That's kind of what you want for the most part. But I don't think anything really fantastic was done with this instrumental per se. To me, the vibe of the track vocally and lyrically was just in line with a lot of rappers out there right now trying to play it as low key and as minimal as possible on the vocal and lyrical end. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I recently made note of it seemed like that's kind of the direction the recent Baby Keem singles have been going in. By comparison, I think what Rashad is doing is a little bit better, but it's still not all that engaging. I mean, the entire first half of the track to me, while it did have a vibe to it, sounded like it was just in this constant state of intro. You know, we had that little refrain, then we had somewhat of a verse there, but it just felt like it was constantly in this position of like, okay, just wait for it. Something big and great is going to happen. Just wait for Isaiah Rashad to come through and kill it and wow us and really just like floor us and make all this time worth the wait. But all that ended up happening was I just felt held over until the Duke Deuce feature started. And that's when the song really like lit up. Deuce carried the whole goddamn track, if the track was carried at all. I liked his very zany, insane, in-your-face energy. Some of the ad-libs were pretty eccentric too. Some of them were very ski mask, the Slump God style, which I guess in that sense the track felt like, you know, again, a little old school Memphis horrorcore, a little new school SoundCloud style. But to, I guess, just like finalize my thoughts on this track, all in all, I think Rashad is really like the least gripping thing about the song. Beat was decent. There are any number of rappers I would love to hear over this beat. And the Duke Deuce feature definitely grabbed my attention, at least on the energy side of things. Wasn't the lyrically greatest thing on the planet, but doesn't need to be as long as other factors are at play. The song structure was okay. You know, definitely had, I guess, a verse, chorus, verse progression to it. Again, kind of a dark vibe, but there's no shortage of artists and singles out there these days going for this kind of old school 3/6 sound. It's all over the place and done much better, honestly. So I don't really no. I wanted to be hyped about this. I wanted to be psyched about this. I wanted to be blown away by this track, but it's just not really happening. I don't know. Are we looking forward to an entire record of tracks like this? Or are we looking forward to an entire record that kind of jumps all over the place stylistically, and we're going to hear Rashad trying his hand at a million different things that he is just kind of okay at, like in the instance of this song? I don't know. This is not a very exciting teaser. And if Rashad wanted to, after all of these years, showcase to us why we were waiting, what he was working on, what skills, sounds, and ideas he was honing over the course of that time, this song was not really it. So I think I'm going to have to leave it there. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Isaiah Rashad, lay with ya forever.